What's up, guys? It's Jensen and welcome to another video. So the biggest free agent is off the board. Tom Brady is signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a 2-year deal. And I think that for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, this was 100% the right call. Even though I was intrigued to see what they would do with Jameis Winston as starting quarterback this year, I really thought that Jameis Winston in year 2 might have a revelation, because when we look at what Carson Palmer did in year 2 under Bruce Arians' system, he cut his interception rate in half. As we all know, Bruce Arians, he runs a complicated system. So I really thought that Jameis, under year 2 under Bruce Arians, I really thought that he might cut down his interception rate. I thought we might finally see Jameis Winston turn into an elite quarterback. But when Tom Brady, the 6-time Super Bowl champion, the greatest of all time, this dude, when he wants to join your team, and you, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, haven't really had a legitimate Super Bowl aspirations ever since John Gruden was head coaching the team. I feel like Tampa, they had to do it, especially when considering ticket prices, jersey sales. I really thought that overall, if you're Tampa Bay, it was the right call. And when we're looking at Tom Brady, this was 100% the right call for him too. I know a lot of people like the fit with him in the Los Angeles Chargers, but when we look at the offensive line, it was really bad offensive line. I really thought that he might have gotten killed behind the offensive line if he joined the Chargers. They were not in a good position. When we look at the LA Chargers, their fan base, it's virtually non-existent at this point. So I don't really think it would have been a good look for Tom Brady to go to the Chargers. But when we're looking at Tampa Bay, the number one thing for Tom Brady is to be surrounded with weapons at this point in his career. Because, like I said, at this point, Tom Brady is at best an average quarterback, maybe below average. But you can have him function like an above-average quarterback with the right weapons. He's in that tier with Jimmy Garoppolo, kind of at this point. I would say Derek Carr, too, where they're really just average quarterbacks. But if you put them with elite weapons, they can function like some of these higher-end dudes. They can look really, really good if they had these elite weapons. When we look at Tampa Bay, what do they have? They have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. This duo, they're the best wide receiver combo in the NFL. Now that Stephon Diggs has been dealt out of Minnesota, no doubt about it. When we look at the production these two guys have produced for Tampa Bay last year, it was absolutely incredible. These two are vertical threats. And even though Jameis Winston threw 30 interceptions, we also can't forget that Jameis also threw for over 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns, in large part because these two guys were the absolute stud wide receivers. Don't forget about Brashad Perryman, too. This dude really turned it up towards the end of the season. He has game-changing speed. He also might be a big-time addition for Tom Brady, especially when considering the fact that New England, they barely had any weapons. I mean, Gronkowski retired. Edelman, we know he's nice, but he's more of a slot guy, not really an outside threat. I really feel like moving to Tampa Bay is going to do revelations for Brady. Brady, he's finally going to have some vertical weapons, so maybe that improves his play. You never know. I think that it's going to help him a little bit for sure. When we're looking at the tight ends, O.J. Howard, Cameron Brate, I think these two tight ends, they provide a spectacular duo at the tight end position, because when we look at O.J. Howard, even though it's more potential than production at this point, there's no denying that this dude has potential. The former first-round pick, this dude, I really feel like that with Tom Brady, he might finally turn it around in his career, because when we consider what Tom Brady did with a guy like Rob Gronkowski, Gronkowski was an absolute beast with Brady at quarterback. Maybe we could see something similar for O.J. Howard. When we're looking at Cameron Brate, more of a consistent tight end. He's more production, I would say, more production at this point. He's definitely more consistent, a safer threat, more of a safety blanket. I like that. It's a nice duo, one providing more of the juice, more of the energy, more of the splash plays. The other providing more of the short safety blanket type guy. I think that's really nice for Tom Brady. I think that the offensive line is finally starting to come together for Tampa. I think they'll draft a running back. And I really like Jonathan Taylor out of Wisconsin for them. This dude, he can work as a workhorse. I really feel like this is a dude you can ask to carry the ball about 15 to 20 times a game. And I think for Tom Brady at this point in his career, that's very important to have a dude who you can lean on as a running back. We've seen how a guy like Ryan Tannehill has benefited from a guy like Derrick Henry, a guy you can just continue to hand the ball to over and over again. I think Jonathan Taylor could provide a similar impact. When we look at that defense too, Devin White at middle linebacker. I really feel like this dude, he's going to be a stud middle linebacker for the next decade plus. He's a really good run stopper, so athletic. I think that that's a valuable piece for Tampa. When we look at Shaquille Barrett, the NFL leader in sacks last year, he's going to provide more of the pass rushing presence for Tampa Bay. I really feel like that defense starting to come together. As we all know, Bruce Arians, the quarterback whisperer, that's going to be a great combo with him and Brady. Just the amount of knowledge those two possesses together, the amount of offensive intelligence those two have together, I think that's going to be a very fruitful pairing. Byron Leftwich as offensive coordinator, the former quarterback, I think he'll be able to relate to Brady a lot. All the pieces are in place for Tampa. They have some interesting draft picks heading into the NFL draft. So I think that overall, Tampa is the right place for Brady. And the best part, low expectations. Because when we're looking at Tampa Bay, they haven't made the playoffs in forever. Just if Brady gets them into the playoffs is a success. And when you're Brady, you're 43 years old, you can't really have too many Super Bowl expectations at this point. Because when we're looking at Brady, he's just an average quarterback at this point. So to have low expectations that he could definitely achieve, I think a playoff berth is more than reasonable considering the talent on this roster. I think everything's good for Brady here. I think that Tampa Bay was the right decision for him. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. But we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Please like and subscribe. I'll be providing more NFL and NBA hot takes as the season goes on, and have a good day. Remember to follow me on Twitter, Jensen Sports. We'll be keeping track with the conclusion of NFL free agency. See y'all later.